You know, teachers are typically known for molding minds, not saving lives. But that's exactly what my next guest did when one of her students barged into her classroom waving a loaded gun. Please welcome today's Harvey's hero, high school history teacher, Twila Smith. Hi, Twila, how are you?
Very good.
Twila, take us back to that day.
Well, it's only been a month. It was 7 days into the school year, and I had my door open. I was with my afternoon class. I was getting ready to show a documentary, and a student walked into my room. He'd been absent from an earlier class where I have him, and I thought he was coming for makeup work, but he walked in the open room and walked up to me. I'm in the middle of the room with the projector, and he raised the gun, and he said, "People are going to die today, and you're going to die today." And I'm like, what's happening? At first I thought it was a bad joke, and immediately that fled, and he started giving me direction, and I followed him because I took him at his word. And so he told me to shut the door, cover the window, lock the door, and throw my keys across the room, and I did that.
How did everybody respond?
The students started to make noise and cry. And he said, "You need to get them quiet." And I can never say enough about these kids because they did what he told them, they did what I told them. And I tried to calm them, but at the same time—
How old are these kids right now?
They're freshmen, mostly 14, 15, some 15. They were scared, and I was scared, and he not just held it, he pressed it against my head and repeatedly told me that I was going to die today, and he was going to die today. And I've worked 30 years, and 10 of those have been in alternative school, so I just kept talking to him.
So what did you do? What happened?
Well, I realized that the class was going to change and the bell was going to ring. And so I knew that students were going to be knocking on my door to come in, and it was a pretty energetic bunch in that class. And so I told him we need a plan. And he said, well, they can come in too and line up, and some of them may die. And I just knew that I might not get out, but nobody else was coming in the room. And I told him we needed another plan. And so he allowed me then to get my keys and greet the students at the door while he held the gun on me. I did that, and some of them I would grab and some just say, "Go to Miss Swift," who was across the hall. And they just were startled, but they did what I told them. He got very agitated and said, "There's going to be a code red and they're going to come after me." And I said, "There probably will, but we're going to get through it." I just kept talking to him and trying to calm him. Eventually, the next voices we heard was the principal, and they wanted to come in, and he got agitated, and I just told them no. And so then the next voice we heard was our chief of police, who then started negotiating with him.
How did it all end?
The chief of police got him to say he would let 3 people go. And in just a few minutes, the student changed his mind and said that we could all leave. But when we did that, he went to my desk with the gun to his head and said if we messed it up, that he was going to hurt himself. And so we exited, and I could hear the policeman yelling, "Run, teacher, run." And I said, I've still got kids in here.
Wow.
And so the students and I exited. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No.
And we went to a safe place, and then they negotiated with him for about 45 minutes, and eventually they called his minister, and his minister was able to come in and actually walk him out.
Wow.
Thank God. I didn't want to leave him.
I mean, you were so concerned for him.
I'm sure. I mean, he's one of my students, I didn't want to leave him. I could see that he was hurting. I mean, you're hurting. I mean, what's happening that a child wants to do this?
Right.
So I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned, most teachers will do whatever it takes to help students, whatever it is, they'll do, and I just didn't want to leave him there.
What you did was absolutely remarkable because, teachers are all ready.
Thank you.
Teachers are all ready. I put teachers right up there with firemen. They're just the most underpaid people.
Thank you.
Because teachers, they're in charge of educating our children, but they're also in charge of the welfare of our children. When you leave your kids at school, you're trusting
You're right.
that they're gonna take care of your kids. I think you're a fabulous person. Besides, this happened in West Virginia.
That's right.
So you my home girl.
Yeah, thank you.
And so I
West
thought,
Virginia's proud of you.
see, that's all right, man. That's all right. But this ain't about me today. This is about you, because you are a hero. And I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah, because you put it on the line. You sacrificed, you put yourself in harm's way to save your children, even him. So today, you being a hero, you're not just a hero, you're Harvey's hero. And that's why we had this made for you today.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Oh,
Got you a Harvey's hero jacket, got your name put on it.
oh, that's wonderful.
I should have put on there, Twila, my West Virginia home girl. That's what I should have put on it. That's not all.
Awesome.
You know, look, I'm a spokesperson for a company named Green Dot, and they heard how you saved these kids' lives and how the past 30 years you've taken money out of your own pocket to help kids. That's why my friends at Green Dot and I are gonna give you $5,000 on a Green Dot reloadable prepaid card. That's yours. You can use it any way you want to. I want to say thanks to Twila. For more information on Green Dot, just go to SteveHarveyTV.com.